Ryan, we have been together for 3 years now. I can't express in words how much I love you and want to spend my life with you. Will you marry me? It was short and sweet. You took a step back, trying to analyze what he was saying. It was sudden to you that your brain had stopped processing. Or maybe you were overwhelmed with thoughts. With the increasing time of silence, Jungkook realized that maybe you were not ready. He stood up from his knees and walked to you. I am sorry. Is that a rejection? He smiled a little, trying to cover up his sadness. No, I'm not rejecting. Did I make you uncomfortable by asking this here? I am not sure. Jungkook thought that maybe you were uncomfortable in a public place, or you were nervous due to the sudden proposal. He turned around and bowed to the people who were there looking at the scene. The crowd eventually disappeared as you ran to your apartment, leaving him there. You hastily closed the door and sat on the sofa looking down. You didn't know why you stayed silent then. Something about your silence was not all right for you, as you knew that maybe after this, the relation between you two might not remain the same. In a few seconds, some of your memories from the day you both were in college flashed in front of you. Jungkook was your senior in the college, and you both met each other during the welcome of the freshers. Classic. He was a sophomore then. Though you both did not talk to each other, you knew from his friends that he liked you. You could confirm this message by decoding his actions. He would steal glances while you walked through the corridors. He and his friends would bring you and your friends extra chair if he sensed that you won't get any chair during the programs held in the college auditorium. And it became dramatically clear to you when, once in the college garden, which had long grass, a snake crept on your legs and he was present there. The next day, the entire garden was clean. After a few days, he confessed to you. He came to you after the college hours and handed you a letter. He was shy to speak and had written what he thought about you in the piece of writing. Back then, you found his shyness cute, but as you progressed in the relationship, you changed, but he never did. While you were lost in thoughts, he entered the apartment. You looked up to see him sit next to you. I'm sorry. He mumbled loud enough for you to hear him. No, I should be sorry. I didn't know what came over me. Do you want some time, like break? No, you instantly replied, semi shouting. He was attractive both physically and personality wise. You did not want to let him go. I don't want a break, Jungkook. I was just confused about what made you confess this fast. It was not sudden and fast for me. I wanted to marry you a lot early, but you know that I got a stable job only recently. I thought that now I can support your studies and a family if you wanted to start one. He opened up. But I'm still studying, Jungkook. I don't think I can take the responsibility as a wife when I'm still a student. It was different if I had passed earlier. You mentioned feeling down once again. Don't think about that, Wayne. I know you're studying well, and sometimes college is tough. Plus, you are only a year late. A lot of people drop out of college and come back years after. His words always failed to comfort you when it came to this part of your life. It is not easy as you think it is. You graduated the same year with your friends, and here I am doing the subjects with once my juniors. All my classmates either got into a job or have a family. I feel stuck. You know, I can't put my feelings in words properly, but I want you to know that I understand what you mean. Things in your life is being dragged more than it should be, and I'm here for you for any right decisions that you make and to correct for any wrong ones. You remained silent. Maybe getting married did not settle down for you, but you knew he was there for you when you needed him. You both were back to how you were before. You went back to your studies, and Jungkook was busy with work. A few weeks later, Jungkook decided to visit you to check your well being as usual. You opened the door to see Jungkook with another person with him. They entered your apartment and settled themselves down on the sofa. Jungkook was visibly not happy that day, but proceeded to introduce you to the guest. Why, and this is my brother. Juju from France. Jungkook had told a lot about you, you stated. I knew you must be Miss Ryan, Juju tittered. Jungkook once or twice told me about his relationship. You chuckled. He doesn't talk much. You prepared snacks and tea for all the three of you. You and Juju got into a conversation. Though Jungkook was silent throughout the time they were there, he randomly butted in the conversation to make sarcastic remarks on Juju. It was clear that the elder brother didn't like the younger. Jungkook was never really talkative from childhood, always studies and academics or sports. I can say he was like a mama's angel. That's so cute. You giggled hearing the description about how your boyfriend was during the childhood. It is even surprising for me when he said that he's committed. He laughed heartily over his own comments. To you, Juju was really adorable and had a great sense of humor. He shared similar features with his brothers, tall, buff, and good-looking. But unlike his elder brother, Juju was much more talkative and charming. You couldn't deny internally that you had fallen for the charms. So, next week is your birthday. What is my dear brother and sister-in-law planning to do? Me and Ryan are going out for a dinner. That is great. This is the first time I'm seeing you making plans with girls, Cook. He remarked. We do go out. It's just that we both are busy with work and studies. To be honest, Ryan, you look like a fun girl, unlike my brother who is anti-fun. Did he threaten you to be in this relationship? He sneered, topping his comment with a snorty laugh. You chuckled. He was not wrong. Jungkook and you were poles apart in character. You were a fun-loving social butterfly, while Jungkook had to be dragged to parties and get-togethers. I never force anyone for anything. I hope you know that better than anyone else, Juju. Calm down, bro. It was a joke. By the way, where is the party you were organizing? Should I make a list of people to invite? That will be great. No, he interrupted. Me and Ryan have planned a date, and I told you that, Juju. Don't ruin our plan. Oh, come on, Jungkook. I would love to have some of my friends over, please. You tried convincing him. Listen to her once in your life, man. You are still controlling. He huffed while getting up from the seat. You know why? Jungkook was always this stubborn from childhood. He would keep all the colors and art pieces he makes in the closet and never allowed my friends to use it. He continued while walking around and picking up an art piece on the table. He had his own ideas, right, brother? Let your girlfriend take some fresh air. Though he was going overboard with what he was saying, on the very first day you met, you found him open and free-minded person. Jungkook was nothing like him. Jungkook had many filters between his head and mouth that he barely opened up to anyone without much contemplation. Instead of taking Juju's words as hurtful and sarcastic towards Jungkook, you overlooked the fact as sibling fight. A week later, Juju and Jungkook arranged a small get-together for you. It was just like you expected. All your friends were there, and you, looking ever so pretty, invited everybody in with Juju and Jungkook. Juju had invited some of his friends as well. Hey Ryan, this is the first time Jungkook has been throwing a party on your birthday. Congrats. One of your friends said. It was so hard to convince him. He doesn't even celebrate his birthday. You replied to your girlfriends. You are so lucky. But where is your lovely boyfriend? They inquired. You looked around to find him. You pointed your fingers towards Jungkook, who was standing on one side of the room talking to the waiters and instructing them. What is he doing there? She asked. Maybe managing the party? You replied. But he should be here with you, or on the stage. You know, Jungkook, he doesn't talk much. But it is your birthday, and your soon-to-be brother-in-law is on the stage managing the entire show. I have to say, he is completely opposite of Jungkook. Fun, open-minded, and charismatic. You looked on the stage. The charming man Juju was. He jumped on the stage and stole the show. He is a free and open-minded person. You repeated her words in agreement. To be honest, Wayne, if I were you, I would have dated Juju. What nonsense are you blabbering? You gave her a disgusted face. You were in a relationship with Jungkook, and even thinking about dating his brother didn't settle down for you, right? Our lovely girl, Ryan, you are turning 22 this year. I wish you all the very best for the future, girl. Be unstoppable and free. Cheers for Wayne. He shouted through the mic, earning claps and yays from the crowd. Your eyes stared at the male on the stage. He laughed contagiously through the mic, which you reciprocated. Ryan, go beyond the limits of society and be the free, fun loving person you are underneath. I see that free woman in you, who is not tied by limitations of society and people around you. Don't let it get you, Ryan, now that you are in your best age. His words poured support and admiration and encouragement for the person you want to be. The woman who travels the entire world, the woman who is not limited to the four walls of the kitchen, the woman who is not tied by any societal pressures. Juju ran down the stage with the mic and reached you. Ryan, come on, have a drink. He handed you a glass of beverage. You looked deeply into the glass, seeing the drink cold with ice cubes. You were with Jungkook even before you turned a legal age. He never allowed you to drink any alcohol. This would be the first time to taste the drink, you thought. Come on, Ryan. He encouraged you to take a sip. Listening to all these, Jungkook decided to butt in. She doesn't drink brandy, he said as soon as the smell hit his nose in the proximity. Beer then? Juju asked. Juju, she doesn't drink alcohol. Don't ask her to. He gritted his teeth and glared at Juju, who was smirking back at Jungkook. It's her birthday. Give her the least freedom to at least drink something good. Don't be so controlling over her life. Just this once, Jungkook, you begged. Plus, even if her tolerance is low, she's with us, her boyfriend and her best friend. Juju commented, giving an assuring smile to you. Jungkook said no more and stood by you while the entire crowd cheered. You gulped down the entire glass in one go, scrunching your face in distaste. You bent down, cuffing and patting your chest. Jungkook held your hand and supported your body while the crowd yelled in happiness and in the effects of drink. Maybe this was the first step towards becoming more open and free person in life. Or maybe even you didn't know where this step was taking you. After the party, you stumbled across the corridor. The unstable body, only supported by the arms of Jungkook, was being taken to your apartment. While you mumbled some illegible sentences, Jungkook regretted every decision he took after Juju came back. I told you that you cannot drink, and this was your first time, and yet you decided to drink 3 glasses of beer. He scolded, knowing that you didn't understand a word he said. He opened the door and brought you in, making you sit on the sofa gently. He made sure to lock the door and went into the kitchen. Within minutes, he brought a bowl of curd and water and silently made you drink, even with your protest. Being patient with all the tantrums, he made you change your clothes and tucked you in bed. I cannot let this go like this. I will make sure that some people don't ruin our relationship. He assured himself and walked out, glancing back at you. Making sure that he locked the doors to your apartment, he left for his house. The door opened with a sleepy Juju appearing at the door to welcome Jungkook. How is your girlfriend? He asked in a sleepy voice. You don't have to know. Jungkook entered the house, removing his shoes and kicking it to a corner in anger. Chill, bro. She just drank a few sips. I didn't know that she has so less tolerance. I don't want you near her. You can continue your hobby of playing around with women, but not with my girl. Jungkook bore his eyes, standing dangerously close to Juju, who was visibly smaller than his elder brother. With that warning, Jungkook walked into his room, while Juju stood there watching the disappearing figure. He nodded his head up and down. Sure thing, bro. God knows what was baking inside of his head.